It's gone 10 p.m, which is officially the latest I've ever stayed up to record an episode of the Movie Dweeb Podcast. The lights are low, the world is asleep, and I'm running on 3 Red Bulls and sheer excitement because this one is special. If you're new here, welcome. This is the podcast where I chat to brilliant minds behind movies and shows we love, from A-list actors to the voices you didn't even realise have been living rent-free in your head since childhood. And tonight's guest, she's the voice. You've definitely heard her as at least one superhero, one pony, one demon, and probably one sassy clock. She's voiced everything from Powerpuff Girls to Loki, and still somehow made time to hang out with me. It's the iconic, the chaotic, the legendary Tara Strong. There she is.
Hi. Sorry about that.
Mate, no worries at all. You're literally like 2 minutes late. To me, that's still about 15 minutes early. I'll allow it for you. How have you been?
Yeah, good. I had a callback. That's what I look like this for an on-camera job. And they were working with me. It was supposed to be done on time, but it wasn't. And then they asked me to send what's on my original thing too. So I quickly edited, and we can start, but I might multitask and email while we do this because I didn't want to keep you waiting anymore. That was a really long sentence.
That's a big flex because I could not do what you do. Like, I cannot multitask. If I need to have, a drink of water during this interview, I have to be like, okay, pause, Tara, drink. Right, now go on.
Do you know why, darling?
Go on, hit me.
Because you're a man.
I am, and we are notoriously quite thick.
You cannot multitask.
Seriously, in my mind, I'm having to remind myself to, like, blink and breathe too.
That's funny. All right, do I look all right? I'm, like, in character, but who cares, right? Cute.
I don't usually start all of my chats with this level of flattery, but this is a stunning voice you're doing here.
Thank you, darling. I actually played a British girl in Sabrina Goes to Rome many, many years ago.
I'm actually annoyed because I've been British for 32 years, and your accent is still more believable than mine.
That's not true, darling. You're just from a different area than I'm doing. I had a boyfriend I was living with at the time. He was like a bit Cockney, but not too far north, but also not posh. So I did his accent for the show, and my friend was the producer, and she called me from LA, and she's like, oh my God, they were watching dailies, and they thought you were British, right up into the point where you messed up a line in front of the Trevi Fountain, and you went, oh fuck, I messed that up. And they're like, oh. I was like, okay. But you know what? We get to do accents a lot in cartoons, and most voice actors can do British, Russian, Southern, Irish, without thinking too much about it. It should be part of your repertoire if you're like a heavy player. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just relieved for your sake that your British voice sounds like approachable and friendly. It's not my British, because this would ruin your career.
I could do your British and it wouldn't ruin my career.
Oh my God, you might just be the greatest human on this planet.
Oh my God. You're so cute. Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, you're right. We probably should start doing the podcast, shouldn't we? Lovely to meet you too.
Yeah, thanks for waiting for me.
It's already been worth the wait. I feel like my whole evening now is just going to be like prodding you until a new voice comes out.
Really? You just want me to be a voice puppet?
Essentially, yeah. Like, you're my little performing monkey.
Is this how all your interviews go? You just make people your voice puppets?
Yeah, but don't tell the rest of them they're not as talented as you are.
Oh, it's fun, haha.
God, I love the fighting talk already. We've been doing this for like 2 minutes and you're already going for blood.
Yeah, we're like old friends too.
Are we going to say best friends? Are we using that word?
I think you should slow down, Daniel. You don't want to scare me off.
You sound like every woman I've ever spoke to, so this is just water off a duck's back by now.
Oh my God. Okay, now watch me multitask.
Now, do what you need to do. There's not many people can say they've had Tara Strong send an email on their podcast, is there?
It's all done, sent. Thank you.
Smashed it.
Smashed it.
I've never seen someone this excited about sending a Wii transfer before.
Well, you know what? Like, voiceover, and you can record this if you want to. This can be part of it or whatever. There's, a lot of similarities with acting for voiceover and for on camera, in that to be believable as a character, we have to become these other entities. We really do. And so actors that do like Meisner and method acting, it's like a very different headspace than for cartoons, except that with the essence of what that's about, actually becoming someone else, And in my mind, it's like looking through your third eye. Like when you are this character, when you look through these eyes, you are looking through that character's eyes. So when it's animation, for me, and I have an audition, I will sit here for 3 hours making it perfect. Like I will do it 18 million times, a billion different accents, and I'll edit and paste and not send it till I think it's fucking brilliant. But with voiceover, I'm with it on camera. All the auditions are from home first, and you can't just edit. You have to get the whole scene perfect. But it's the same thing. You have to be in that character. You have to be that character. And so there's a similarity with voiceover and on camera in really believing that you are that character.
Are you one of those actors who like really sort of throws themselves into the physicality of it all in the booth?
Can I tell you something funny?
Please do.
I'm actually more physical for an audition when I'm doing a voiceover audition. Because I don't care what I look like, right? So if I'm doing a little boy who goes obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, guava juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate shake, I don't look so gorgeous, right? I'm doing like a funny face, or like Ben 10, like, don't be a dweeb, go in hero. I like make funny faces. Like that would be weird on camera. Or I'll be like going like this and like trying to like embody what's happening in the stage directions, which I wouldn't do on camera because that would be weird. Not that people don't do that. There are people in the real world that are kind of over the top. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah. Some people are like, when are we hanging out? And you're like, I don't know. But then you'd think for an on-camera audition, why would you do this? You'd look like a crazy person. But people do that.
I actually think that was the exact pose I did when I said, maybe let's just be best friends.
Yeah.
I can see why you immediately said no now. I mean, you voice so many characters, but I've got to ask, is it weird hearing your own voice in the world when you're just trying to unwind?
It's not weird. It's like so fun. It's so surreal. Like we'll sit down for, we like to chill out in front of the TV in the evening and have dinner, and like Fairly Odd Parents will pop up on like recommended things, and it's a big picture of Timmy, and it's just fun. It's funny. It's not weird. It's just fun. It's like so lucky to have been a part of so many different shows and different worlds. So that's like something of mine is on sometime somewhere, it's just kind of fun. I feel very fortunate. Like I don't take that lightly that I've had this long of a career, this many really like important characters, like fun characters that mean something to people. Like I feel very lucky.
With those voices must come some serious clout. Do you ever use your voices to get like reservations at restaurants?
No, but sometimes it just does. Like okay, when I want to use my voice to get things, it's usually like if I don't love conflict resolution, or if, it's like, can you please give me the money you owe me? Thank you. Like, I don't really like that. So sometimes I'll do like a silly baby voice or like if I'm not impressed with someone, I'm like, that was really not very cool of you, or I'll do a British accent. And sometimes when I'm mad at my boyfriend, I'm like, well, Button, I don't know about this behavior, really. It's more for fun, is what I'm trying to say when I do it. But sometimes I'll go to a restaurant and people will recognize me, and like give me a dope table, and I'm like, thank you guys so much, and they're like, you're Timmy Turner. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. So it's not that I try to work it, but sometimes it just happens, and it's very sweet. And I'm very sweet to everybody. I'm like, what do you want me to sign? What do you want me to picture? Do you want me to take? I'm so grateful.
I don't know where you learned that baby voice trick, but my wife clearly like went to the same place at the same time. She does that. She'll go like, can you take the bins out for me, please?
Yeah, right. It's how you talk to your dogs, right?
And your boyfriends. I don't know what it is, but it works.
Who wants to use the same voice all day, every day? You gotta mix it up a little. I think everybody can. That's why so many people want to get into voiceover, because they know they do funny voices. Most people do funny voices. Most people. I don't hang out with people that are not fun. And most fun people do fun, quirky voices, even if it's changing just a little bit, right? For sure, if you have pets or if you have kids. So that's why I think people are like, wow, that's a really fun job. And I change my voice, and I know I can do voices, and I know I can sound like that person if I had to do an impression. So let me try this. And so I get asked every single day how you get into voiceover. And I get it asked at Comic-Cons. It's like the number one question. I get it asked in my inbox. People call me and ask. And for a very long time, people are like, you should coach, you should do a thing. I'm like, I don't want to take people's money because I don't like to do something without giving like a product that people deserve. Like, I don't want to make false promises. I don't want to I see a lot of scammy sites saying you take our class and you're going to book work. That's a lie. Nobody can guarantee that you're going to book work. No one can guarantee that I'm going to book work or anyone else. No one can guarantee that. And so when someone is offering it as a class, especially someone like that I've never heard of, that's never been in any animation, makes me really mad because I don't like the idea of ripping people off or taking advantage of hopefuls. There's a lot of very hopeful sweethearts in the world out there that would love to get into voiceover, and I didn't want to do that. But I get asked so much that my boyfriend was like, well, why don't you make it a community where you're really there for people and you're helping people kind of like one-on-one in this chat room. And then we started talking, and then it was like an online masterclass, and I thought I might wing it because when I go to do a talk at a college, I mostly wing it. But I thought, you know what, if people are gonna pay for this, I want it to be organized. I want it to be like from the very start to like working and maintaining, and I'm gonna do a video for each one, and I'm gonna write them. And I started writing and I couldn't stop. Like, I just was like, but I've been in this business since I'm 13, so I should have a lot of information. And I'm like, okay, I feel good about sharing this because this is all my truth. This is how I break down a character. This is how I do an audition. This is how I feel when I don't get something. This is my life. This is that I put it all down in a professional studio, shot it and everything like that. And then the last piece, which I said I had to have, is people take an animation voiceover class because they want to see themselves animated. And no matter what, I want to promise that. I want to give that. So we partnered with Danny from Love on the Spectrum. I don't know if you're a fan. I love the show so much, Danny Bowman. And she is extraordinary and started a school when she was like 10 for teaching kids on the autism spectrum how to do art, cartoons. And we partnered together, and her students are going to be doing the animations and my students are going to be doing the voices. And our first project is coming out at San Diego Comic-Con this year. And on top of that, there's all kinds of vocal contests and videos that are coming up for people to be seen and to see themselves animated. So anyway, that was my very long spiel about how to get into the business and why I created Voicelings. So if you want to check it out, I'll give you a free membership. But you have to be honest about how you feel about it and how it's going, because I only want to do it if people are getting like love and fun. And the chat room, by the way, is so fun. It's like I've created a bully-free internet. Like, everybody is so sweet to each other. We have 450 members now, and people are like, here was my audition for this, and I just booked that, and my grandmother just died, and this and that. And people are like, that was a great audition, and you're awesome, and we're so sorry about your grandma. And it's like, people are just like friends and networking, and it's like the sweetest room ever. I'm so happy with this community. So
the fact you've somehow made, and I quote, a bully-free internet. Like, I just want to vote for you as Prime Minister at this point.
I despise online bullying so much, and people don't know how much it hurts people's hearts. You saw recently did you see the girl that was a fox rescuer? Because you feel like when people are coming at you that it's like really hard on your heart and your soul when you know that you're a good person and people are twisting things or seeing something the wrong way or just have an opinion of you that's not accurate. They don't know you. But when they make these judgments on you and you take it in, it's like, I think it's really bad karma to do it, especially when someone takes their life from it. Like, when are we all just going to collectively say, you know what, let's just stop online bullying. It's so stupid. It doesn't serve any purpose.
I just don't understand, like, with how all of the advanced technology we have, we still can't be, like, stricter or more protective when it comes to cyberbullying.
Oh, yeah. Like, you could literally go on X and say, I'm going to murder someone today. Like, there's no restrictions. It's really crazy.
To be fair, the reason you can get away with saying that on X is because Elon Musk has already probably posted it.
That's true. That's true. He probably would.
I see. I love how they started out about my wife asking me to do some chores, and we've jumped to this. Like, what a segue!
Was that not the segue you had planned on then?
No, that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss with you. Like Elon Musk, and that's it. So you can leave now if you want.
Fuck it. Let's jump in. Yeah, it's been great. Thanks so much. Bye.
I'd also love to be with you when this project comes out because I saw your face when you successfully sent a Wii transfer, and my God, like you nearly cried tears of joy at that.
I mean, it was a good one. I want that. I want it. That's the thing too, is like when you're in the business this long, you have to still really want it to be able to maintain a career, because auditions come in all the time for voiceover people. There isn't really like a star system. Like you still have to audition like everybody else. And at some point, people that have been in this business 30, 40, 50 years, y'all know what these legends can do. They don't want to audition anymore because it's like, you know I can do this. Bring me in and I'll kill it. And so sometimes people aren't auditioning, and I get it because I get it. But you have to keep doing it. If it's what you want to do, you got to keep showing up and doing the work. And I always say too that the audition, the jobs are so fun. The stressful part is the audition. The jobs are really fun, and that's why people want to do this job. It's not because of money. It's because you get paid to be silly and you get to jump into someone else's skin for a minute. And it's a wonderful world, and people are, especially in voiceover, the kindest, sweetest souls ever. On camera is a bit of a mix, but voiceover, that's why it's such a great world. You'd be hard-pressed to meet like a terrible person that's in voiceover.
I agree. I've spoken to a few voice actors before, and I haven't got like a bad word to say about them. I mean, I spoke to your boy, Corey Payton, who's a saint.
Right? Legend.
I spoke to Vincent Martella on the podcast, some of the guys from The Simpsons, and just every single one of them I've spoken to are just the most pure people.
Yeah, everyone's so sweet, really sweet. And when you see them at cons, you're like, oh my gosh, like I have seen people in the on-camera world, and I love on-camera, so I'm not bagging on them, but I've seen people in the on-camera world at cons when a fan comes, next, signs their name, next. I have never seen a voiceover person not go, hi, how are you? What's your favorite character that I do? And they'll tell something very meaningful about their life, and then we'll start to cry, and then we'll start to hug. And it's like this exchange of light, magic, and love. And that's what voiceover people bring everywhere they go. It's just a different part of the entertainment world that happens to be very sweet.
See, it's funny you say that. I interviewed two of the guys from Has Been Hotel, Blake Roman and Kimiko Glenn, backstage at Comic-Con in London. And even though like our time was done, the PR were trying to like get them out, those two just stuck around, and we were like chatting to me about, you know, my weekend plans and stuff like that. Like it got to a point where I think they had to like tranquilize them just to get them out the door. Is there one voice of yours that just won't leave your head? Like it keeps popping up in your day-to-day life?
I mean, sometimes I'll lean on them in unusual ways, but the voice I hear probably the most in my head is Raven, because it is pretty much my own voice. Raven, the only difference between me and Raven is Raven always talks down here, and Tara Strong's a little more animated than I am. But my voice does have a vocal fry in it, and, you know, sometimes I sound like her. So probably that's what I hear in my voice head the most. And also, she's such an important character. Like, if you are feeling worried about something or insecure about something, or you feel alone, or you're just tired of being around people, or you just want to read, or you just want to focus on magic, or whatever like thing is going on, you're just like, I'm just gonna think like Raven right now. And I hear people say that at cons all the time. Like, thank you for this character. It's so fun to have someone to relate to, which is so beautiful. So she's probably the most relatable, and she's super magic. But sometimes when I'm pissed, I let Harley take over a little bit.
That sounded quite threatening. Like legit, I got scared.
Yeah, you should. And Bubbles, a lot. I do Bubbles a lot. I just do it a lot. And then I have like a different little baby voice that I do with my boyfriend a lot. I just, you know, I do voices all day. All day.
It must have been like so much fun and excitement in the first 3 months of your relationship, but now your partner must be like, oh my God, she's doing dill pickles again.
He's actually so supportive, and sometimes he'll like listen to me. I'm in my home studio right now, and I'll do an audition, and he'll be like, he'll jump in and go, who the F was that? Like, there's a totally new person that just came out of my voice, and he'll do my on-camera auditions with me. He's really supportive, so I know. And he does silly voices too, so we're just meant to be together, and he's hilarious.
Right, I know you swerved me when I asked if we could be best friends, but I have a new request. Can I move in with you?
And your wife.
Oh shit! Yeah, I shouldn't have forgotten about her, should I?
You're in trouble now, Daniel. Do you have any children?
No, we don't.
Are you going to?
We will, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, not right now.
Not this exact second. That would be like a whole different video.
Yeah, we'd have a different show. It would be interesting. It might blow up the internet.
Not so much like YouTube and Spotify, but another site. There are definitely websites out there for that sort of thing.
Listen, I'm just wanting them to be fans of mine. That's all. That's all I'm really asking for. I'm just making it about myself right now.
Which is amazing because I usually make every interaction I've had about me. So I finally found out what it's like to be the other person in this situation. All right, well, when we do have kids, I promise you, Auntie Tara, you will be one of the first to meet them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We actually touched on the Queen of Sarcasm herself just then. How did the role of Raven come about? And did you ever think she'd end up the moody Gen Z icon that she is today?
She's usually right behind me. I just realized because I took her out for the audition, the on-camera audition. That would be weird if I was doing an on-camera audition and Raven was like right behind me.
I mean, it could work. She could intimidate the director into casting you.
But I have the big stand-up from the movie. I'll put it behind me at some point so you know what I'm talking about.
From Teen Titans Go to the Movies, the greatest piece of like cinema ever.
Should I just go get it?
Oh my God, yes.
Hold on, I'm just gonna get it. Hold on.
Mwah.
See, there she is.
There's something quite unsettling about you being in a dark room and her just sort of appearing from the void.
Because you know she's watching you.
So I got a little bit scared again.
Azarath Metrion Zinthos.
I won't sleep tonight.
She just put you in a portal. I'm really sorry, Daniel. I had no control over the matter. I just thought it would make for a good video. I just wanted to go viral.
That was me trying to fall into a portal, by the way, but it was like icky. I mean, that would explain why you're the successful actor and I only speak to actors.
That was quite believable.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, how did the role of Raven sort of fall into your hands?
So when I auditioned for Raven, I was also doing Batgirl for the same network, which is also my own voice, minus the vocal fry. She's just more clean, but she's my voice. This is my voice. As well as Sharina Wickett from Detention, Kylie Griffin from Extreme Ghostbusters, Ingrid Third from Fillmore. Like I was playing several sort of tragic her age teenage girls at the time. So I was like, how do I make this one different? Because I like to have even the slightest difference wherever I am, whatever universe I'm in. And so, but the script for Starfire said she's a grown-up Bubbles. I'm like, well, I'm grown-up Bubbles, so I'm probably gonna book that part. And that's what just was in my head. And then when I went in to read for the same people that I do Batman with, Andrea Romano was the director, I just relied on my acting and saw the moments that Raven was having and did it just being in that moment. But as I'm doing, I'm realizing that it just sounds too much like Batgirl. Because when I'm just me acting in my most authentic self, that's Batgirl. And so I was leaving the studio and I turned to Andrea and I said, can I just try one more thing? And she said, sure, thank goodness. And I just had this idea that she'd have this weird role with every word she said. And it was like the whole room was like, whoa, that's Raven. And it was just like a God shot, like just trust the universe. Like maybe she was channeling. She was like, bitch, you have to have this voice. So I feel very grateful that that happened and grateful that Andrea let me try again. And then grateful for her and how she's touched the lives of so many people. It's like the #1 cosplay I see at cons. And she's really important. I have people say like they had no friends or they thought they were a weirdo till they saw her. And, you know, I wanted to end my life till I saw her and realized I wasn't alone. I had a girl come to my con. She looked about 15 and she was dressed as Raven and she was yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping. And I look over and I see her mom is crying quite heavily, and people cry a lot when they meet me. But this was like something's wrong. So I went over to check on her and she said, my daughter is nonverbal on the autism spectrum and she hasn't spoken in 5 years. And when she heard you were coming, she doesn't shut up. And I'm like, oh my God, because of her connection to this character.
Oh my God.
Important. She has work to do here.
How am I supposed to beat that? Like, everything I say from now on is just going to be so minute and pointless in comparison.
You should end it.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, wasn't it? I wish you was the first person to tell me to end the interview early, but you're not, and you won't be the last, my friend.
I'm actually having a good time, so you can keep going if you like.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. Let's keep the good times flowing. From dark and brooding to totally chaotic, let's talk Timmy Turner. What was it like recording Fairly Odd Parents? Did you have to be like bouncing off the walls? Because you must have been knackered recording his lines.
Not really. I think in the beginning I did, but I just found a way to manipulate the sound through my cord so it wasn't hurting or stressful, which I never really got to when I was doing Terrence from Foster's Home, because he was always this mean. You're a loser. Like always like ripping out my cords. But it wasn't like that for Timmy. Yes, the energy was way higher, but I wasn't like tired vocally. Those were like the funnest sessions ever. But it is fun to play different characters, right? Like you get to be Raven, and then you get to be this insane 10-year-old boy, and then this adorable little kindergartner that saves the world before bedtime, and then a crazy chicken hot pants with a bat and 2 hyenas, and then a mermaid, and then an alicorn.
Please tell me you have these cardboard cutouts for like all of your characters.
I only have this from the movies, but I do have a lot of toys of myself and movie posters and signed movie posters. And I was just cleaning out my storage shed, and there's the original Teen Titans Tokyo movie, and it's got everybody signed it, and it's in a frame, so I'll probably keep that. And I'm going to keep everything that I have signed, because I feel like if I could use it one day to raise $100,000 for cancer, I'd kind of love that. So I'm holding on to my goodies is what I'm trying to say.
I really want you to say something that makes me go like, oh, she's just the worst, but you won't. Like, you just won't do it. Just when I think I've got you, go and drop like, I'm raising money for cancer.
Because that's what we're here to do. If you think you're here to just make money, you are wrong. You are here to make enough to share it and help people and feel good, whether there's like a return for that favor that you did or not. Just knowing that you did it and you put love and light in the universe, that makes the universe very happy. That's why we're here. You can't just make money just to put it in your pocket. You gotta share it.
Oh, see, I just want to squeeze your little head so badly. It sort of worked virtually. You did a lot of the heavy lifting there.
I know. I feel like I've been doing that this entire interview.
And that is the thing that you said that finally made me realize you were a monster. We got it. You mentioned her there, Batgirl. If DC gave you the reins for a Batgirl-led animated movie, where would you want to see her story go?
I feel like very strongly that I want to tell Oracle's story.
Sold already.
I feel really... I pitched it a little while ago. And I just... At the time, they're like, we don't really need more girl shows or whatever. But I'm like, to have her as the hero... as Oracle and expand on that story in an animation way, not just comics, I think would be really great. It's never really been expanded on who she is when she's Oracle.
I want this now.
Right? If anyone out there wants to steal it, it's fine. Just let me voice it. I just want to voice it.
I mean, it's 20 to 11. I'm not sleeping tonight because I'm writing this Oracle film.
Okay. I think there's so much in the comics already to build on, and then... with the current way tech is, like, imagine how badass she could be with the current tech. Like, putting the worlds together of, like, OG comic story and today's technology might be so dope and inspirational. Ha! Now you can't hate me even more!
Oh, so you're just really pushing my buttons, Tara. I just want to hate you. Is that too much to ask? I mean, I'll move swiftly on before you say something even purer. I mean, I can't not bring up Miss Minutes.
Isn't that great? Such a good character.
She started off like a cute mascot and then went full-on time demon. Are we going to see her stirring up chaos in Avengers Doomsday? Because I didn't see your name on one of those chairs.
You didn't see my name on one of those chairs, did you?
I did not.
Well, I could tell you if I'm in that movie. Would have to prune you, and you don't want me to prune you, so you better stay on your sacred timeline and reverse ask me that question so I don't even have to say no. The universe right now that you're living in, they don't need to know anything about where I'm going to show up next.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't think anyone's interested in Marvel, are they?
That was such a fun job to book. I was actually working on an on-camera series in Toronto during COVID, which is my hometown, so it was super fun to go do that there. And my kids had their like cousins around for the first time, and I got to hang with my sister, and it was awesome. And I had this audition, and they didn't really say what it was for. They're like very top secret with Marvel stuff. And I remember doing like 3 different kinds, like one with an accent, one without. And I also asked my agent, like, how sentient is she? Because a lot of us do voices like this where we can sound AI. You know, a lot of us do that. So it's like, how far AI is she? And the feedback was, the answer was,
good.
So then when I booked it and then I'm on the Zoom, they had already shot all the scenes already, and they had like literally a can with something on it for Miss Minutes that they had to eyeline to, which is brilliant of them. And then I got to dub over those scenes and watch them acting live. It was kind of like I was with them, as well as Kate Herron and Michael Waldron and a bunch of the really important creators and directors on the show. So it was really, really exciting and really fun to build this character who's so adorable, but her exposition is you could die.
That's how I felt this whole interview.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look at me.
So when you're handed a totally new character like Miss Minutes, what's your starting point? Is it voice or vibe?
Throw a lot of voices at it. You think I just reach in and whip them at my microphone?
I mean, maybe you did just smash it there.
No, I talk a lot about this in my voice learning class because it's really a much longer answer, but I always start with reading as much information that they give me as possible because all of that information matters. You need to know how old this character is, if they have an accent, what their disposition is, what their vibe is, what era are they living in. Like, all these pieces of information will be very helpful when you're crafting a character the same way you would for an on-camera. You have to be able to picture that being in the world. So you need all that information. So you read all that information and then you look at the drawing if they have it, which I love to do. I will put the drawing on one side of my screen and the art on the other and just keep referencing to make sure I feel like it's coming out of that drawing. And then I'll just start playing and creating characters and eventually settling on 1 or 2 or 3 choices. Not more than 3 because casting directors have thousands of tapes to go through, so that's just cruel. I'm Tara Strong. Listen to me do it 12 times. No.
You said the casting directors must hard, but you must work like 24/7 because most people do their 9 to 5, they go home, they clock off. But for you, I reckon it must be different because you could be like chopping onions and go, wait, I just thought of a great voice for that character.
Sometimes I do that, and sometimes I have characters already established and I'm like, oh, I hope I find a show for this guy one day.
I'm willing to give you everything I have. Like, what is this voice you want to get on screen?
Well, there's this guy. I'd like for him to have a show one day. We just talk like that when we get bored. Don't know what we're gonna do for the day, but I feel like he'd be a lot of fun on somewhere.
That was me at 13. Like, I just sort of got a flashback. It just hit me like a bus.
Were you a little nerdy kid?
What do you mean, was a nerdy kid? Look at me.
Oh.
I thought we were going to say, no, Dan, you're not a nerd.
Yeah, you're just a cute nerd. That's what I say about my boyfriend, too. He has, like, a reptile channel now. I didn't know when we first started dating that he was into reptiles, but he's got a reptile channel now. You should check it out. Check it out.
Oh, I promise I will subscribe. What's it called?
Willie's Reptiles. And he's terrifying me with things that he's bringing home. But I'm warming up to them, and I realized, because he took me to one of their conventions, which is kind of like Comic-Con, by the way, but for people who like reptiles. And there's like a very similar vibe. And I just said to him, you are just a hot nerd. That's what it is. Because it's a very nerdy and adorable culture, just like fans of voiceover and games. It's super adorable.
I've seen some of the merch you've got at home, but like, who wins the collection game? Is it you with your merch or him with his reptiles?
Darling, I'm telling you, he has like 8 snakes and like 5 tarantulas and a poisonous dragon. My favorite one, we have 2 rescues in the house. The rest are in the like snake room. But we have a chameleon who he needed to be rehomed, so we took him in, and the guy raised him from like an egg, like he's teeny tiny and he's so cute. And his name is Bernard, and he composes classical music, you know?
Sorry?
Every animal has a name, a job, and a theme song and a voice in this house. Do you understand?
Oh my God, I'm literally going to pack my bags and move in with you tonight.
I did say we had tarantulas. Were you paying attention?
Yeah, tarantulas, like terrifying. A tarantula that's also an accountant, hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you for understanding.
He'd have like a little tie. Think how good he'd be at his job with 8 arms.
Or if he's a musician, he could have one of those keyboards in churches that have like 8,000 different layers on them. Could like play them all at the same time. Maybe he composes music with Bernard.
I know you want to do your Oracle movie, but we might have to greenlight this as the movie first. Like, reptiles with jobs, this screams Pixar.
Yeah. I think we're pretty genius. I would buy anything that you and I pitched.
This does sound like a legally binding contract, so you can't back out now.
I understand.
You've really not made a good financial move there.
Would you like to see the chameleon?
Oh, please. Also, well done on dodging that conversation. You don't have to give me any money, by the way. Stunning. Wow.
Is this how you predicted this interview was going to go?
You know what's really funny is that one of my next questions was like, what's the most surreal thing you've done in your career? And I feel like this is in the top 10.
Okay, am I wrong? He composes classical music.
Oh, definitely. He's a very sophisticated, jaunty fellow. What's his name? Bernard, yeah, he looks like a Bernard. He's got like quite a stern, strict silence to him behind those big googly eyes.
Should he be in the movie we're creating?
I think you should, you know. See, how is your British accent better than mine?
I don't know, darling. Maybe you're faking it for attention.
You know me so well already. I'm literally trying to get more attention than the woman who has a chameleon on her head. I mean, that's the thumbnail right there.
Wait, you need Raven. Wait. Okay, ready?
Good luck to other podcasters trying to get a thumbnail like that.
That's the fucking thumbnail.
Just so you know, you've ruined like all future interviews for me. Like if I ever sit down with, I don't know, Susan Sarandon, I'm going to be so pissed off if she doesn't have a lizard on her head.
Exactly. Now you have a new, level you've reached. You can't go beneath that.
I mean, you've set the bar really high.
I know. That's what I do. That's my whole life.
Well, aside from the chameleon gently massaging your scalp now, what has been the weirdest pinch me moment in your career to date?
Well, I'd say I've had several pinch me moments, and the most being getting to play Melody in The Little Mermaid Part 2. I was such a big fan of the original one, and in fact, my dad passed away about 7 years ago, and when we went to clean out his house, my bedroom still had the Little Mermaid poster on my wall. Like, I was a huge fan of hers. And so to get into the studio and sing with her, I was just like, I could have died the next day. Like, I'm glad I didn't, because it's been fun. But like, I was and she was so gracious, and the songs are so cute. I don't know if you've seen it, but I do think it's a really wonderful sequel, and it gets a lot of love at cons. People like, oh, I named my daughter Melody because of The Little Mermaid too. Yeah, it's really cute. And people want to sing it with me when they're in line. Do you know it?
You've heard my British accent. Do you really think I'm going to do any better singing?
Yeah, clearly. It's embarrassing for you. And also, like, being Batgirl in between Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy.
I mean, that's some iconic moves there. Like, Kevin is actually another actor I spoke to. I was, like, listing some earlier. A year before he passed, I was so lucky to chat to him. And I don't think I even need to ask questions. I could just sit back and listen to him for hours.
I know, he's the sweetest guy ever. He was the sweetest man ever. He really was.
Also, you mentioned that people are naming their kids Melody after you. Just know, if Alex and I do have a boy, we're naming him Bernard.
Right?
And if he doesn't grow up to be a classical composer, he will have disappointed his dad.
Right.
At this point, I'm not even focused on you at all. I'm just watching the lizard on your head. You may as well not be here.
Do you want to try and create a voice for him?
Yes, I do. Good evening. I'm Bernard, concert pianist, master of camouflage, and I like a spot of Vivaldi between sunbathing.
That was quite good. I would book you. I would book you on the part.
And how many other people auditioned for it?
42.
Oh, wow, what a load of mugs they are.
I guess I should let him go home. Hold on. Should we say goodbye to Bernard?
Toodaloo.
And this is Pippi.
Oh, my, what a sweet little angel. She's like a tiny little hairy human.
Yeah, she's super silly and hilarious.
That second pose you did where you shoved her ass in the air probably wasn't that flattering for her.
Here you go. But
I regret not starting the Zoom like that myself.
do you have any pets?
We haven't, but we might be getting a dog.
You gotta get them, they're the best.
Has my wife paid you to say this or something?
And I've also got this one.
Hello? Oh, I feel like they just winked at me.
I think she did.
I've still got it.
Isn't she so cute?
I like her little beard.
Isn't she adorable?
You're not helping the case of me wanting to move in.
I know.
You should really start telling me that your house was like built on an ancient burial ground or something just to like scare me off.
Because right now you're going to be at my door tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, if you're lucky. Well, you made me show off my Bernard voice, and I think it's only fair we have a little fun with your characters. So I'm going to ask you a few quick fire questions, but I don't want Tara to answer. I want the character to answer. So just feel free to dive fully in. This is your one-woman panel at Comic-Con. Harley Quinn, you've just discovered Batman has a Finster. What's he posting?
His only bats.
That is something I cannot unsee. Raven, what is the worst part about living with Beast Boy?
It should be, what's the only good thing about living with Beast Boy? There's so many worsts. I would be here all day. You'd have to do like a 12-hour podcast on how terrible Beast Boy is. Just kidding. We love Beast Boy. He's the best. The best thing about him is that he's such an innocent soul. You know, he's such a funny little weirdo. I like funny little weird things.
I pray that one day you refer to me as that, a funny little weirdo.
That's what you are. You're a funny little weirdo.
I'm putting that on my LinkedIn straight after this. Twilight Sparkle, someone brings cupcakes into the library. How do you handle it?
Well, how many cupcakes are there and how many ponies are there?
It's just you, but 12 cupcakes.
Well, then I would call in at least 11 of my friends, or maybe 10, and I'd have 2 and share them with them.
Am I one of the friends in question?
Can you get to Equestria within the hour? Because I'm hungry. Don't be tardy!
Timmy Turner, if you swapped with Cosmo for a day, what would you do?
I would wish for world peace, and I would wish for everybody to be kind to animals, and I would wish for delicious desserts that don't have any calories.
Bubbles, someone says you're not a real superhero, so what's your comeback?
Why did you say that to me? I'm just as tough and strong as mean as Blossom and Buttercup, you loser! I'm hardcore.
Genuinely, that might have been one of the worst things I've done in my career, making Bubbles cry. I didn't like that.
Yeah, how do you feel about yourself now, dude?
Finally, Dill Pickles, can you explain where babies come from, please? You know, enlighten me.
Boobies!
And poopies. Just making notes for that for future reference.
There will be poopies.
All of my podcasts should end with that sentence.
I think we've started a new trend.
Maybe that is the podcast. There will be poopies with Tara and Dan.
We've come up with a lot of good ideas today.
Who'd have thought our best thinking would have been with less than an hour until midnight?
Someone with a chameleon on her head.
Someone pretending to be a baby talking about the birds and the bees with a chameleon on their head and a dog on their lap.
What a great day!
What a business partner. I've said it before, I'll say it again, but you are just so much fun. You're the best.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. You're awesome, too. You're a total sweetheart. Thanks for waiting for me. I'm glad we made it happen.
Well, before we get too lovey-dovey, I've got one more question to ask. If you could remake any movie but cast it entirely with Muppets, except for one live-action actor, what's the movie and who's the human actor in it?
I mean, Dune would be kind of fun with Muppets.
That's a great shout. Imagine the huge fuzzy Muppet sandworm.
I vote Dune, and I guess we'll keep Timothy, because why not, you know?
I mean, you don't want to lose that face on posters, not for Kermit anyway.
People will watch it. I promise you that. If Timothy Chalamet and the Muppets are doing Dune, people will buy those tickets. And once again, we are creating billion-dollar ideas together.
Oh, ka-ching. Although I do think people may leave the screening when he has to lovingly and longingly look into Miss Piggy's eyes instead of Zendaya's.
Why? She's beautiful. What the hell?
That was a joke. She is so fit. I fancy that pig.
I got to watch Jim Henson work once when I was very young at a recording studio in Toronto, and we were doing maybe the Garbage Pail Kids or something, and a friend of ours that does a lot of animation was doing Dog City with him, and it was in the same studio, and he asked if we wanted to come watch. We're like, yes! And because he's so iconic, and the way he brings characters to life is so magical, and we saw him under the set of Dog City, doing his puppeteering, and I'm like, wow, that's Jim Henson. And every time I'm on that lot, I'm like, this is amazing. We shot the video game Arkham Shadow at the Jim Henson lot because it's almost like shooting something on camera. You have to memorize your lines, you have to hit all your marks when you're doing mocap for your full body. And so in the sound stage that we were using, there were huge Muppet eyeballs on the wall, furry up at my Muppet eyeballs on the wall. It was really cool.
For as long as I can remember, the Muppets have been the top of my wish list for people I want to interview, mainly so I can tell Gonzo, he has walked so the rest of us with big noses could run.
You want to hear something pretty great? At my old house, we used to lend it out for shooting here and there, and the Muppets show wanted to shoot there, and I was like, hell yeah, we'll shoot the show there. And the guy that was voicing Scooter, I'm blanking on his name, but he was on the floor with a skateboard under him doing this scene, and I walked in the house, I'm like, oh my god, it's Scooter. And he went, oh my god, it's Tara Strong. I'm like, Scooter's voice knows I'm on the planet. I was like, oh, and I got to take a selfie with Miss Piggy. It was pretty wonderful.
You should have told me you were friends before I said she's not as fit as Zendaya.
Well, I'm gonna tell her, and this is gonna be on the internet, so.
So what you're saying is I've blown my chances and I'll just never speak to the Muppets ever.
Unless you want to edit this, I would. You don't want this out in the world.
Oh, don't you worry. I will be doing that. I'm gonna come across so well in this. I'll edit a 6-pack on me. I'm good. Tara, mate, this has been so much fun. Thank you for giving me your time and about 42 iconic voices.
Thank you. Thanks for waiting for me. Sorry we're a little bit late.
Mate, no need to apologise at all. You've got to send these Wii transfers. They're not going to Wii transfer themselves.
Exactly. Look at her. She's like a little Yoda thing. What is she? Do, 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 do.
As it's late here, I don't know if I just saw that and it was sleep deprivation or if you did just recreate Star Wars with your dog. I don't know if I'm going delirious at this point.
That just happened. I was going to say that at this comic I don't remember his name. I feel terrible, but this one comic tweeted a few years ago, I can't believe dogs are real and we can have them. And I feel like that's so true. They're so cute and they're so loving, and their only job is to show you love, and they're so good at it.
They are the best. I mean, I don't even think I've ever seen a dog and just gone, oh, you're an arsehole.
Yeah, I mean, there are asshole dogs, but most of them are pretty wonderful unless they've had terrible things happen to them. And I just want them, I want to make them happy all the time. But I feel that way so much too about cows and pigs and sentient creatures who all have this same sort of innocence about them and can't speak and say, I don't want you to take my baby away from me so that someone can have cheese. Like, I'm not gonna get too into it, but like, I understand that the world can't be vegan and people will want to eat meat or whatever. I understand that. I just want people to think about the cruelty piece more. And I'd love to have restrictions in place so that animals don't get abused when they're in factory farming. And maybe if people cut back a little bit and thought about it, because it would be better for the planet if everyone cut back a little bit. But I don't have a judgment. Like, I know people get mad at vegans. I don't have a judgment. I cook it for my kids. I get it. I just wish people thought about it more because they really are just big dogs. Cows play like dogs.
See, you've just come full circle again. You know, I've been trying to find like one thing you say to prove you're an evil human. You've just gone and done it and said you're going to save the planet. So
At least all the little furry people on the planet, they're so cute.
Actually, speaking of Miss Piggy, do you know why people eat pig? They have the worst glow down. If pigs stayed as cute as they did when they were babies, nobody would eat those.
maybe that's why Miss Piggy's like stuck around for so long, because as we've agreed now, she's stunning.
Right. She didn't have that change in her body as she got older.
Her plastic surgeon must be raking it in.
Yeah, she looks pretty good.
Whoever they are a genius.
Yeah. Plastic surgery for Muppets. You could write that show too.
Write that one down for our to-do list. FYI, I'm not going to be able to post this podcast until all of these projects are greenlit. I'm not having another studio nick them.
I mean, you might want to think about that.
Oh, I'm sure Disney will be so fine with me doing a series about the Muppets plastic surgery.
You could do original puppets doing it, like a whole new group of puppets.
What is your availability looking like?
See, we just make it ourselves. We stop waiting for people to come to us. We just do it ourselves.
I eagerly await your WeTransfer of your voices to our totally original characters like Blurmit and Miss Diggy.
Okay, I like it.
You joke, but after voicing half the Muppets in my Muppet spin-off, the least I can do is make you breakfast tomorrow. Once I've fully moved in and claimed the good side of the bed.
All right, sounds good.
I was so braced for you to say no and maybe show me a restraining order.
Have I said no to you once this entire time?
Fair point.
Right. So just remember that when you're with your other voice chicks, okay?
I was thinking of you the whole time.
Which me were you thinking about?
What a mindfuck this is. I need to lie down now.
Well, thanks, love.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I miss you already.
Bye.